What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at the Super 7 Ultimates Power Rangers Tyrannosaurus Dinozord. So this is going to be really cool. So we have an awesome box here. Of course, the Super 7 box design. Of course, this is huge though, so you can see the top of there. So we got the Ultimates and the nice, pretty much all green box, some different colors and shades going in there. But we have the Tyrannosaurus Power Coin right on the top, and down at the bottom says Tyrannosaurus Dinozord. And if we spin around to the back, we just have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo there. So that looks really cool. But we just have this outer sleeve we can slide off to see the T-Rex Zord in there, which looks really cool. So definitely wanted to get this because I love the Zords. The Zords are like my main collection thing from Power Rangers. So getting a Zord figure like this is going to be really cool. And hopefully it looks pretty awesome. We've dealt with like the Thundercats and stuff of Super 7. I haven't been too pleased with those, but hopefully with this being a Zord, you know, limitation movements and stuff won't really be much of a big deal because it's a Zord. It won't move that much, but it comes with some cool stuff. So of course we have the main Zord itself, just the T-Rex, and of course it doesn't transform or do anything like that. To combine with the Megazord, just the Zord as a figure itself with some extra hands. We get some little figures of the Red Ranger up in there, and then we get a metal power coin, which is going to be really cool as well. So just looks awesome. We can spin around to the back and see more for the Tyrannosaurus Zord, and then some of the story back there for that specifically. So looks pretty cool overall, and I'm excited to check this out. Hopefully it's really good because I've ordered all the other Zords that they're going to release and stuff, and then some of the monsters as well, just none from this wave so far besides the Tyrannosaurus. So I'm excited to check it out. So let me get it out of the box and we'll take a look at it together. So here I got the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord out of the box, and it does look really cool. This is awesome. Of course, it's not perfect, you know, it could be a little bit better, but still pretty good for what it is, and overall just looks awesome. So of course, the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord is piloted by the Red Ranger, and the Tyrannosaurus tends to use its tail and jaws as weapons, can shoot energy blasts, and makes up the head and torso of the Megazord. So overall, looks pretty cool here. Like I said, looks relatively similar, you know, just looks like the T-Rex I would picture, so nothing really off. The paint job's not 100%, like there's just a little bit of splotching and stuff that doesn't carry out all the way, like you can see here where some red comes up onto the black and stuff. So just like that. So it's not 100% perfect, but it does look really good overall. And I'm super excited about this. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good for what it is. And thankfully, like I said, with it being Super 7, it does have a lot of limitations with the movements, but because it being a Megazord like this, that's kind of expected. So you're not going to get a whole lot of range of movements anyways. So it works out more for this. And so I'm excited I did pick this up from Super 7. So overall, just looks cool. So of course we have the head with the mouth that can open and close, and it does have the little missile things inside of there, so that's pretty cool. I like the nice bright blue eyes as well. The chest section with the design on it, the arms that can move and have the little claw hands, the legs that go down, and I like the silver and red designs and all the little details mixed throughout it. They put all the little paint details all the way to the feet, and then has the tail on the back as well. They're all in red, and even some details there on the back, so a lot of details just going into this thing, like paint design wise and stuff. And overall, I just think it looks really cool. So let's do its move. So as I sort of mentioned there, the head does move up and down, so you can go up and down there, and then twist side to side, or sort of get twisted around, probably get close to twisting all the way around. And then the mouth does open and close as well, so the further you get the head up, the more you can open the mouth. And then we also get the neck joint that can twist all the way around, so you just twist. It's, of course, it's hard to twist, and a little bit of noise and stuff, you just got to be careful with it, and then can move up and down a little bit there as well, so a nice movement. Then we go down to the shoulders, which don't have too much movement, just has a little bit of movement, like out to the side, so it can bend like back and forth there. You can kind of see like the ball joint design in there, so it just moves back and forth a little bit and can rotate around, and it sort of has like some like little locking thing, so it like locks up there and then right in that position, and then you can, if you get it out around, can go down a little bit further there as well, but not a whole lot of range, of course. Then we get the single elbow that can bend back and forth, so just there and straight on, so just a little back and forth, and it has a twist in there, so it can twist side to side. Then we get the wrist that can twist all the way around and hinge back and forth. There's some movements in the ab, or like a twist that can twist all the way around, so you can get it to twist side to side, but no crunching or anything. Then we go down to the hips. So the hips are pretty similar to the shoulders, so it has the joint that can move back and forth, and then it can hinge up and down, so it can go up that far and down that far because it's hitting with the pieces, so it can only go back and forth a little, and then like I said, that side to side movement. Then we get the knee joint that can bend back and forth a little, so it goes back that far till it makes contact and then goes forward, and it looks like it should be able to go further forward, so it seems like it should be able to go all the way up to here, but it hits there and it starts rubbing and has some issues, so it doesn't really move further than that. And then it does have a twist there as well, so it can twist side to side. Then we go down to the feet that can hinge back and forth and have the joint that can twist side to side as well to help get it to stand. And finally, we have the tail in the back. So the tail has some movement, so each little piece has segmentation. So starting from here forward, so it can straighten out and move back and forth there. Of course, has some shaking side to side with each of those as well, so you get that. And then they all have a little bit of twisting, but you kind of want to keep it straight. Now, I don't want to mess up the tail too much, but you can twist at each of those sections as well. So pretty good tail movements there. And of course, kind of need to use it to help it get it to stand up, because obviously if you want him to stand up tall, you have to get his feet in certain places, and because of heating it up and getting the feet loosened, he doesn't stand up perfectly by itself, so that's when you need the tail. So you got to push the tail back to help keep it standing up straight. But you could have him more like crouched down, like have his knees bent and have him crouched down like shorter and stuff, and he'll stand up a little bit better. But overall, it works out pretty good, and I like the design and stuff. And like I said, wish there could be better movements, but obviously with this you won't have many more movements, so it's kind of expected to have as limited as it does. So overall, it looks pretty cool, and I really like the design. Now, I was gonna grab other like Zords and stuff, like the T-Rex Zords, to like show comparisons, but I couldn't find like my new Hasbro one. It must be put in storage somewhere, so I couldn't find that one. But I do have this older Bandai one they released towards the very end of Bandai having Power Rangers, and it's just the T-Rex Zord here itself, and looks pretty cool. I love this Zord so much. Of course, it's cheap and like thin plastic and stuff, but I still love this thing because I love the Zord. So just having a Zord just of this itself is pretty cool. So I figured this would probably be the best comparison because it's just the T-Rex Zord. It's an articulated figure. Of course, like the Super 7 doesn't have a lot of articulation, like especially the tail. There's pretty much nothing, just can move back and forth a little bit till you get to the end there. But otherwise, it's just, it does have more articulation, like the legs and stuff can move back and forth, and not too much difference, but it does have limited movements just like this one. So figured that'd be a good comparison. Of course, the Super 7 is a little bit shorter than this Bandai one, and the Bandai came with a full like Red Ranger figure that you can store inside of it and stuff. Where obviously the Super 7 you can't, but it does come with a little Ranger figure, so not too much different. So with this we get some accessories. So first with the hands, so we have like just normal standard, I say like grip hands there. We get a set of fists, so if you want to have them for fighting, like be punching and stuff, we get a set of fist hands, and we get a set of more open hands, so like clawed hands or whatever. So if you want those, again with the 3 little fingers there. As I mentioned, comes with the Red Ranger figures, so we get these little tiny figures. They almost look like little micro machines. So we have the Red Ranger, and like I said, I don't like that they painted the belt, the gloves, and the boots. I wish they would have either painted also had the diamond designs and probably some on the helmet, or just made it all red, because just having the limited there just makes it look like the really old Sentai Rangers and stuff. So I just don't like that design. It kind of stands out weird. So we have this one where he's just standing there with the hands on the waist, as well as this one where the hand is up in the air, like controlling the T-Rex and stuff. And again, with these you can like sit him up on the shoulders or whatever, just like that, sort of like how they did in the show. So that is pretty cool that it comes with those little figures. And finally, what's really cool to me is he comes with the power coin. So I love power coins, so these coming with power coins is really cool. It's a nice heavy thick metal, like it's really thick and heavy. Of course, I've had other power coins like the old Bandai ones, which are really cool. They're definitely much better, at least in my opinion, like shape wise and stuff. Like this is super thick, but it's got the nice T-Rex design with the nice black brush around and stuff to really bring out the details, and then has the Zoo Ranger design there on the back as well. So that is pretty cool. But a nice thick heavy coin, this would really do some damage if like you threw it at somebody. So pretty cool it comes with that as well. So that is all this comes with. So because it's a bigger figure and all that stuff, it's not going to come with as many accessories, but it doesn't really need to come with much. Like the only thing I think of is like maybe a blast effect, like to come out of its mouth, like a fire effect or something. Really, that's about the only thing I think it could come with that would make this any better. But I still really like this. Is really cool. I'm happy with, like I said, obviously it could be a little bit better like movement wise, and then a little bit better paint job in certain areas, but overall I can't complain too much. I think it's really cool, and like I said, I am happy that I decided to get these, and that, you know, I thought Super 7, I didn't like the Thundercats and stuff, so I didn't pick up any of the Rangers or anything. And watching videos, I'm glad I didn't, because everything I was worried about was correct. But I'm glad I took the chance on the Zord, because like I said, it was hard to be like, you can't really mess up a Zord too much because it's not going to have much movements anyway. So the limitations of Super 7 kind of work with the Zords pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with that. So let me know what you thought of the figure down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.